Hello, I'm looking at the price of how much it costs to run an electric vehicle. Everyone knows the price of what they cost to buy, but very few, even some of the owners, don't actually know how much it costs or don't work out the figures. So if you can stick around, it's not a long video, to the end, I'll tell you exactly the cost per mile of running my Tesla Model 3. It can be complicated, and I've tried to make it as simple as possible, simply because you've got the price of a gallon and a kilowatt is a completely different. So how do you work it all out? Well, the simplest way is the cost per mile of running that car, and that's the way I do it, and it's nice and simple, and I think it works well, and I'll give you what the best price is a little bit later. Now, it's good news that Shell have opened a filling station in Fulham, which is EV only. I mean, they only made £20 billion profit last year. What initially caught my eye is that they're charging 49p per kilowatt when you charge up, and I'll tell you a little bit later how much that relates to per mile. I'll do all these numbers, I'll give you at the end the actual figures of pence per mile at paying 49p a kilowatt. BP only made £12 billion last year, and as far as I can see, I can't see any dedicated electric charging stations. That map details of where charging is and a lot of the prices I've got for this, and I find that extremely useful. But of course, BP charge you, it's more complicated than the Shell. Have just gone for a flat rate, 49p, and that's it. BP, you pay 28p or 32p if it's rapid, but that's if you're a member, but you then have to pay a monthly £7.85 a month to get your electric charging at 28p a kilowatt. Part of me thinks that they're trying to make everything as complicated as possible, because again, they know the writing's on the wall. When people are using electric vehicles and they're not using the gas and the petrol and the diesel, they've got to do other things, and they're gonna, a bit like the dealerships and the motor manufacturers, they know that when everyone's got an EV, everything's going to change, because majority of people will charge at home, and those that can't, they'll just plug into a lamppost, because there'll be a connector on a lamppost anywhere there's electric, and you'll charge your car. So Tesla, and again I'll give you the BP cost per mile at the end. Tesla charged 28p a kilowatt, and obviously that's less than the aforementioned. GridServe opened the very first electric charging station in Braintree 18 months ago, and they charge 39p, and it's amazing, it's taken 18 months for the second total EV charging station in the UK. Now, GridServe aren't a fuel company like BP and Shell, but they started it 18 months before any petrol company, and hats off to them. They're doing a great job, and they're not making the billions that the petrol companies are. So that's 39p GridServe, a little bit more than Tesla. InstaVolt, very popular, they're 50p a kilowatt, and Genipoint is 48p a kilowatt. Now at home I'm paying 16.26p a kilowatt, that's during the day, and at night it's 5p a kilowatt between 12:30 and 4:30 in the morning. And of course the best of all place to get a charge, if you book a holiday, and you can get a destination charger, and that will be free, and that's to encourage you to go, because electric costs lots less than petrol or diesel, and so to encourage you to visit various holiday cottages, Airbnbs, booking.com, all of those, a lot of places are offering free destinations. We started off with the Shell recharge and charging 49p per kilowatt, and that will cost you 11 pence per mile. That's based on my Tesla Model 3. And the BP cost, it varies so much because they got different prices if you're a member, if you're not. Well, on the rapid contact list, so you're not a member, 40p a kilowatt would cost you 9p a mile. Now Tesla at 28p a kilowatt will cost 6p a mile, and grid serve, that's at Braintree, but they've got lots more opening, is 9p a mile. Ionity, the most expensive, was 15p a mile, and that's at 69p a kilowatt. However, I do have to say that the average family saloon doing 40 miles per gallon works out at 18p a mile, and that's just for the fuel. That doesn't take into account the servicing, repairs, all that sort of thing. Instavolt at 50p a kilowatt is 11.5p a mile. Gina Point at 48p a kilowatt is 11p a mile. You have to bear in mind, this is the latest prices I have. It's possible they have gone up since then, but I checked these prices today. Now, charging at home, I'm with Octopus Energy. I pay 16p a kilowatt. That's only 3.68p per mile, and that's really cheap. What's that? That's about a sixth of the average family saloon. And if I charge, and I do, I can tell you, charge between 12:30 and 4:30 at night, it costs me 1.2p a mile. So if you can't charge at home and you really need the ZapMap app, even if you do charge at home, it's great to have. There's lots of information there, and then you can see what public charging is around you, and see where the best prices are. If so, somewhere close to work or places you regularly go, you can plug in at family maybe. So there's lots of alternatives, and it's easy to say, well, no, that's going to be difficult. It's easy to resolve most things, and I don't look back on buying my Tesla Model 3. But if I hadn't have bought it, there's lots of great EVs out there, so many. And thanks so much for watching. Hope you can subscribe and like, and don't forget to take your reusable mug wherever you go. Take care. Bye.